Alright, thought I'd give a quick update here, the aquaponics system of what I'm doing, and something I found out, actually bad but good. You'll see what I mean in a minute. The first thing you can see is I've added 2 beds. That one here and that one here. These are going to be the deep water cultures. You can see I'll have to touch up the paint and everything on there because when you work on them they peel so quick. Just same as I did those. After I get placed and they're done and everything's going in them, I'll come back and touch them up. But what's going on is it'll be about, you can see the water in here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to splash a little bit so you can kind of see waves. But what it'll be is it'll be about that deep, maybe an inch, maybe 2 deeper. But I'll have styrofoam on top floating with holes in them. And leafy crops will grow in there. Different kind of lettuces, greens, and cabbages. What's going to have is I got to strap that up because I had to take it off because I had water in here and I started leaking out. The rubber in there was bad, that seal. So I took the water out, sealed it with some silicone, and did it so it's going to sit overnight so that can dry. So I had to unattach, but that pipe will be there. But what I did was teed it off before this bed, so that way I can still turn this bed off without affecting it. So that comes over here and I got a valve. It's coming in here, and this is just a quick connects. I can spin it, but it'll be down all the time. But if you haven't seen these quick connects, they're really, really nice. I mean, when it goes on, they're connected. So the styrofoam will be floating here, stuff will be growing. So what's going to happen is the water's going to come in here. It's going to be an outlet from this bed to that bed. So the water's going to come here, go over to this bed, fill this bed up, and right about here on the bed, it's going to come out down with a hard PVC and drain to the sump. So it's going to go to one bed, the other bed, and out. So, and I figured out with these 2 here, I'll have anywhere from, I don't know, 45, 50 different things I can plant in here for leafy crops, which will be a nice crop. These are going good. The one thing I was talking about is, one thing you can see the fish there. See them a lot better now. The water's a lot more clear. They get a lot more friendly. They think I'm going to feed them, so they don't run as much. If they're at the top, they go down to about that level. They're down about a foot right now. If I'm back a step, they'll be up to the top. But you can really see the goldfish now. They're both of them right there and there. But they're still, everything's doing good with them. I still have not had one die yet, so that's good. But what I had was, I had an ammonia spike, and it would not go down. And my nitrates were low. My nitrites were just small, so I was like, so something's going on. pH was halfway okay, so I looked. I was going to do a water exchange this morning. So as you know, my clarifier here, let me move that to the side, where the water comes in, down, and up. I said, well, let me change out these 2 barrels. That's 100 gallons on my whole system, which is a nice percentage. So, you know, I had my barrels there sitting with the water and everything. So I got to here, turned the pump off, got everything well, turned this valve off here. Took this off, like I said, and then went to the valve that's down there. I'll peek down there so you can see the valve down there. But as I started draining, I realized this thing is working so good. This is the good problem. Down at the bottom, I had about 6 inches of sludge. It was working that good. So that's a good problem. So emptied that out. You can see there's just barely anything down there now. So basically, if I cannot see blue at the bottom, I'm going to clean it. So that's going to be my indicator from now on. And as soon as I did that, my ammonias came under control. So, and that was this morning, and they're fine right now. So that's it. But if I could redesign this barrel, if you look down there, you can see where I have the valve on the side of the barrel right there. It's up about that far from the bottom, just enough to give that screw on, you know, bulkhead fitting to fit. What I'm going to do is actually, next time this is empty, I'm actually going to put the valve on the bottom, you know, underneath down here, so it'll come down and out. The reason is, after I emptied it out, it wasn't the easiest in the world to get the last 2 inches out. I had to fill it up a little more, stir it, drain it out, fill it up, stir it, drain it out, and then it still left a few particles in there. So if I had the valve at the bottom, I don't even have to disturb this here. I can just drain it down about halfway, if that, and everything at the bottom will come out. So that's what I'm going to do next time I want to clean this out. I'll just empty this whole thing out, put that in, and I'll keep that valve on the side, I guess, for something, for an emergency or something. I won't need it. But so if you build this system, put it up on blocks like I did, but put your drain on the bottom for both of these. So, and this one here, ever since, let me lift this one off. Ever since I put this air stone in there that's at the bottom, there's really nothing at the bottom here. Just tiny stuff here and there, but it all gets knocked up and it flows through the system. So yeah, so with that air stone in here, I don't have to worry about solids in this bed whatsoever. And everything else is just kind of chugging along. Pump's working. After I said I was going to redo this one here, I'm still going to redo it, but it's braking really cleanly. That's probably my cleanest brake yet, and I think that has to do with the addition of that air brake there. And what I might do is put that on all my bell siphons. I'll do that one once I do that. I really like the way it brakes with the addition of the hose compared to without it. You don't really need it, but I really like it. The only thing new is there's a stalk of celery we cut earlier today. I planted it just below the water line, and we had 3 of them, so I planted them there. So those are just celery stalks, you know, with about that much of the bottom left on, planted. So, and the celery should regrow. So we'll see how that goes. That's more of an experiment. And that one, and that one, I think I told you last time, were cuttings from that tomato, from some suckers. And they're all doing great. And there's the bay leaf cutting we took. But they're all doing great. They haven't died, which kind of impressed me. And this is kind of like what they look. It's pretty hot too, so if they can survive that, I'm actually pretty happy. But other than that, it's going good. I wanted to let you know about the 2 new beds I'm adding on here, and about the clarifier, the simple little clarifier. You can get a radial where when the water comes in, it spins real slow, and you got the intake on top where it skims the top. And you can have, you know, where the water shoots up to the top over a cup and it goes down. But this system here is so simple, and it handles such a large amount. I'm really happy with this. I'm very, very happy with the results of this. When I go to a bigger system, if I have 4 or 5 to 600 gallon tanks, what I might do is have 2 of these in a row. Have this one go into this one, and this one will have the same thing in it. And then I'll go into another, you know, type of, when I got the beads and they're floating in the water and everything like that. But I'm very happy how that turned out in here and everything. It's working a little better than advertised, so I cannot complain. So that's the update on the system. Leave off with the fish, and you can really see the air stones a lot better now that the water's a lot clearer and everything like that. So I'll leave you with looking at the fish here and looking at over the system one more time. That's just a really quick update. Just wanted to tell you what I'm adding and the clarifier, how good it's working. So that's it. I hope everybody has a great day, and if you have any questions, just leave me a comment. Bye.